Arsenal Fan TV, very disappointing to get a 0-0 draw, and that also means a replay. I mean, Leicester, they must have been sitting there rubbing their hands with glee when they saw that. I mean, another replay away from home. But, I mean, we just can't. Every keeper that's coming to the Emirates at the moment is the man of the match.
Yeah, Robbie, can I first of all congratulate you on nearly 200,000 subscribers on Arsenal Fan TV? I think what you're doing is absolutely great for the fans of the club. I think you give every fan from every culture the chance to have an interview on this channel. And we've got humorous people, we've got people with balanced opinions, and I'd like to thank you for all the work you and your team do.
Thank you.
On the actual game today, I think obviously I'm disappointed in a way. As much as I love the FA Cup, I was so disappointed that we had an FA Cup match this week, because we had the momentum of the last-minute win against Leicester last week, and it would have been nice to play around the Premier League games this week. The problem with this FA Cup game was that, first of all, it's a 12:45 kickoff. Now, if you remember last week, the atmosphere in the stadium was absolutely electric towards the end of that game, and 12:45 kickoffs, the fans today just weren't up for it. You sensed that. That was the first problem. Secondly, we made 9 changes today, 9 changes to that side that ended the Leicester game. I know you're going to say Hull made 10, and they played a reserve side as well, but it's easier when you're playing away from home. You're just going to sit there and defend. You are right, their goal kick,
which they certainly did.
I think the problem we had today was we made so many changes, it looked like we had players not comfortable playing with each other in the key areas. I mean, the 2 fullbacks we got, Hector Bellerin and Nacho Monreal, offer us a lot of width going forward and seem to link well with players in those wide areas. And no disrespect to Kieran Gibbs and Callum Chambers, they came in today and there seemed to be...
There was no width, was there? I mean, they never even really attempted to get forward, which was surprising, because Hull weren't never ever going to come forward apart from the odd counter-attack, and I was really surprised that they didn't offer any width.
No, they didn't offer any width. We did change the players around. Welbeck was out wide, Walcott went out wide, but it was too intricate. The passing through the midfield was too slow in the first half. It allowed them to get back into shape quickly, because that's all they came for. And the problem with that is we were always going to struggle to break them down. Also, we've got, at the moment, we haven't got what I would call an A-list striker up top. And today we played Theo up there. Theo's got 85 goals for us, but he needs to be more clinical with his finishing in the box. And their goalkeeper made some saves, but they're saves that I would expect him to make. And Theo really, to me, needs to be more clinical in front of goal. So in effect, I think this was a game to play, Alexis. I heard what Kenny Ken said, and I do agree with Kenny Ken. He has looked rusty since he's come back. But we need Alexis playing from the start today. I know you've got the Barcelona game coming up. But as I say, the thing I look at this Arsenal team at the moment, and, you know, my regret is that we haven't got Robin van Persie at his pomp in this side at the moment. If you look at Leicester and Tottenham, they've got Vardy and Kane up front scoring from every week. We haven't got a striker, even with Giroud. Giroud hasn't scored since Liverpool in early January, and we're struggling at the moment to win games. We can't keep chasing games in the last 10 minutes and getting late goals, and that's my only worry. He made a lot of changes today, Wenger. I can understand why with Barcelona coming up, but I just think looking at it disrupted the momentum of the side, and as a result we found Hull very hard to break down. Now we've got a replay. Can I just make 1 or 2 quick points? I know you've got other people to speak to. I think on the holding midfielder, I was very disappointed with Matthew Flamini again today, and I think last week's performance by Conte of Leicester has showed what a sort of player that I'm surprised Wenger never got. He used to have a monopoly of actually buying French players. Now, Payet and Conte have been the 2 outstanding players in the Premier League this year. Can I understand why he didn't get Payet, Robbie? Because Payet is an attacking midfielder, a cam, and we've got Osman Ramsey. But we've been crying out for a holding midfielder to compete alongside Coquelin, and Kante last week, shades of Vieira and Makelele for me. And just one final thing. A lot of the Tottenham fans are giving me a lot of stick at work saying that this North London derby in 2 weeks is going to decide the championship. Unlike 1971 when we won at their ground and 2004 when we won at the ground, it won't decide the championship. The one thing I think we can cling to with Tottenham is, with the Europa League coming back in, as much as we don't want replays like we got today at Hull, they've got a hard run of fixtures, plus they've got this Europa League kicking in, which means they're going to be playing Sundays now, Thursday and Sundays. And I just hope that if we can put pressure on them by winning our games, when they come to play on the Sunday, they'll be playing catch-up in the championship race. But disappointed today, and I just hope we can do the business in the replay.
Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV.
A poor game, but because he's there, I mean, I knew we were going to either draw or lose.
I had a feeling someone would blame Mike Dean. He didn't.
No, he didn't. He had a very good game, but his presence there alone is bad enough.